Do not attempt to adjust your programming.
Should we hide
You are now
our special
listening
guest?
to B-movies and
Oh, I guess we could.
Is that who I think that is?
It probably is. He's so tiny up there.
Yeah, he's itty bitty. Justin, our special guest, do you see it?
I'm up far away here. Ugh.
Oh yeah. Welcome in everyone to episode 346. It is B Movies and Beyond. It's gonna be a hoot today.
It's gonna be a wild one.
Yeah. We got a special guest to talk about a special subject.
So excited about it.
I bet. Ryan said we got to do a special podcast and start the intro again because Justin is here because you wanted to talk about X-Men 97.
Hell yes, I do.
Oh, brother, let's start it here. It's like the time was coming where Dustin Kenster was coming into town, or thrice, and we're like beating around the bush, and it was like, who's going? And then everybody's like, yeah, we're going. And then nobody's going. And then randomly, me and Justin, I'm like, hey, dude, you going? He goes, yeah.
I don't even think anyone even asked me. So
Yeah, obviously.
thanks a
We
lot,
asked you.
guys. No, you did. I had no idea.
Asked you when it was announced.
Did I respond?
Yeah, remember 3 months ago when we were like, are you going to this concert?
Yeah.
No, that's why that doesn't count. I don't remember what happened. I barely remember yesterday and this morning. So
See, well,
Yeah.
geez, we gotta like help with your short-term memory. Long story boring. We ended up going. It was a great concert. I found 2 new bands that I absolutely love. Justin, I don't know about you.
Was that the Grizzly Rose?
That would have
No.
been even better if it was at the Grizzly Rose.
That picture looked like you're at the Grizzly
I liked it at the
Rose.
Bluebird.
It was at the Bluebird,
Oh.
and the
And it was
Bluebird
pretty
is
awesome.
Maybe it's because he was all in country.
I
That's
have
what
not been
thought.
there forever, and it was amazing.
Let's just say this. Guess who finally got to like truly meet the dude? These guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of you, not me.
Both of us.
but-
It wasn't all awkward and weird like last time.
Yeah, like the Nuggets won the championship. I randomly like freaked out because I saw him at a restaurant, and I was like, and then Justin's like behind me, like, "Yep."
Yeah.
And we're like,
Yep.
"Ah, cool. All right, can I buy you a drink?" And he's like, I don't know.
Yeah. Was
But
this thrice or was this his solo stuff?
This was his
Solo.
solo album,
Okay. Is it
And-
country?
dude. He
This
countrified.
album is country.
Yeah, this album is country, and he countrified like his other
Everything.
songs. Yeah, and it was so
He even
good.
dressed all country. It was awesome.
Yeah, and in the middle of the concert, Justin goes, "That's it. I'm gonna be country."
Yeah. I screwed
He
up.
got
And
you?
yeah, he got me. I got the bug. I'm burning all my clothes currently, so I could go buy new stuff, and it's
Let
on.
me see your belt buckle.
He's going to
Or is it on
Shufflers,
order?
Process.
Boot Barn, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
He's hanging out with all the Mexicans at Ariat. You know,
Yep.
we're getting this
Yep.
down.
Oh,
He's
that's-
he's been googling bull riding or rodeo stuff for us to go to. We've been picking
dude.
up, chewing on some cha, drinking some.
I do have a cousin who's a semi-professional bull rider, so I can just contact him and get
he'll
started.
get you
there.
in.
Yeah,
Nice.
get
I
started.
like it.
I
It's
can't-
never too late. Justin, to
Justin.
ride a bull.
yeah, make
Right.
sure we're there when this happens. Okay.
Listen, I won't let this one fall through the cracks of inviting people. This will be a daily. Justin
Yeah.
is going to be bull riding.
This is
Yes.
a must see.
Yes.
I think so. Well,
Um,
that's cool, guys. I'm glad you guys had fun. I know I was busy. It's been very busy. What was going on? When'd you guys go? What day was that?
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep.
Saturday. I can't. I
Evening.
might. No, I was not doing.
You have small children, so you could have been sleeping. It
You
was
could have been
late.
sleeping.
It's very possible we're doing that. No, I think something was happening. I don't remember. Mother's Day was big. That
Mhm.
was happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And Yeah, we did that
Justin
up.
and I decided that concert was our Mother's Day gift to
Yeah, it's a
our
great,
ladies.
great gift.
Nice. Did they enjoy that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they did.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Cassie was having a
Yeah.
great time.
Yeah,
And Brittany was loving every moment of it. We had a
Yeah.
fantastic night. Like it was
yeah.
I was making Cassie laugh.
That's
was-
that's
It was
good.
awesome.
But the point of that story wasn't to like brag that we went to go see this concert. It was more so that in the middle of the concert, we're like, dude, have we talked about X-Men 97? And both me and Justin are like, no, we need to talk about X-Men 97. Where
Yeah.
are you in this? All caught up. Peter, are you all caught up? Did you do it?
Have you
Yeah,
watched it?
It took me all this afternoon to get through the
So it's all
last two
fresh.
episodes.
It's all
Yes.
Yeah,
good and
it's
fresh.
So fresh.
So fresh and
So
so
fresh.
clean.
So that's what we're reviewing tonight, right?
Screw it. Let's just do X-Men. Let's do the series. I think it's time we talk about
Every
movie. I like crammed some movies in after that, but I was like not into it. So let's just get through the podcast and then talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we do have some trailers. There's
And
even
we
one
got
that
a question. We got some news and stuff. Like we got a
there's a
podcast to talk
question.
about.
There's
Oh, yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
There's Nicolas Cage news. So I mean,
Bruh.
come on, it's a pretty big episode here.
Yeah.
It's not just
Double header
X-Men
Nicolas
review.
Cage news.
No.
Ooh,
It
and a
is
very
pretty cool.
special release date, which I think is way too far out. But you know, what can you do about it?
Holy
So,
crap.
all right, let's get into it. What's the quick question?
What? How? Why? I have so many questions!
Today's
Did you
quick
see
question.
Johnny 5? That's my question.
Johnny 5. Nobody could replace Johnny 5. Not even an evil Johnny 5. Is that the Lego?
It's the cheap version of it. So I looked online. I went on Amazon, and I was like, "Dude, I need a Johnny 5
That's so cool.
figure." And I think I was talking about this around my wife. My wife's like, "Who the hell is this?" I'm like, "You've never seen Short Circuit?"
Yeah, it's
and
one
that
of the
just-
best movies ever.
I know. And because we were talking about "I Need a Hero," that song. That song always reminds me of Short Circuit 2, when like he's just like a badass with the mohawk.
Yeah.
And he's just driving around, taking out the baddies.
Being a badass.
Yeah.
I feel like if I watched Short Circuit now as an adult, I'd probably cry. It was a pretty emotional movie.
Dude, I cried back in the days, especially in the second one, because he almost died, man. His
Yeah.
battery's going out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so I was like, I need to have this. And I thought they made a Lego one.
They did.
I
and
did not
it's
find
sweet.
it's what?
It's pretty sweet.
Is it? Well, this is like LeBlocks. I don't know. It's something weird, but it's basically Legos, but the cheap version of it. I got this
Still
guy for
pretty
like,
cool.
yeah, I really enjoyed myself. I think actually I might have built this on Saturday. So maybe
Nice.
this is what I was doing. But yeah, I just had to point that out. And you got a little figurine for the backdrop there.
You know what, Peter? I
Adding
might be wrong on this. We're gonna talk about Johnny 5 for a minute. I don't think he was made as a Lego as of yet.
No, I think people have made him out of Legos, and they have like the blueprints, I guess, that schematic.
Yeah. So he was a motorized, he was a Lego idea.
Ooh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, he's also an insane guitarist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy is amazing. He is amazing.
You know what's funny to think about?
What's that?
We have the technology to make a real Johnny 5 and make him think for himself.
Dude, what if
There's robots that look like that? Doesn't Honda have a robot that looks like that now? I
Let's
swear they
Google that.
do.
Honda
I
Johnny
don't know.
5.
Wouldn't be that fantastic if like Elon
feel
Musk
like
came
they
out,
do.
This is what we're doing. We're making a Johnny 5 to assist everyone in their homes. See, that's what I got.
Don't they
Oh,
have?
cool.
Don't they have like a personal robot that looks?
Yeah, what is that name? Venato? That's what I got.
Not Lego.
Venato. I know. I told you. I was like, I don't care. It was like $14, man. Even if it like didn't work out, they get it.
There's
so
Justin's Honda Johnny 5.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I don't know.
A
Oh, man.
Simo.
Here's a bonus quick question. I mean, if you could get any like robot from any fictional franchise or whatever, what one would you get?
Oh damn, robot.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a hard question. I mean, the Iron Giant is the first thing that pops in my brain, but
That is really cool, but
Ooh.
I want someone to really help me and clean the house, so I would go Rosie from the Jetsons. Like she did some shit. You know?
does
I
RoboCop
want-
count?
What?
Yeah.
Does RoboCop count?
RoboCop would count. You would cap. Well, it would go in the same category as mine. I'd want the girl from Ex Machina. You'd have to
Yeah.
kill
Ooh.
a person to make it happen, but
Yeah, but then she's probably just gonna trap you and escape to roam the world. Like Rosie was very obedient.
Oh, dude, I got it, Bender. I want Bender because he's a good drinking buddy.
Okay, if you want a drinking buddy, I want someone to assist with the chores around the house. And the
either wants
kids.
work done. Me and Justin are trying to find robots where you can like drink with,
Hang
and
out with.
hang out with,
Yeah.
and hang out with. Mine is a
Shoot guns
glorified
with
sex robot.
RoboCop.
That was a good bonus question.
What was our question?
Today's real
we
question
even-
is brought to you by Johnny Five and Ryan Reynolds, apparently. The question is, what movie character was so well performed by their actor that nobody will be able to replace them for said role?
I feel like
Dang.
we've done this before, but it's been a while, so I think it's relevant again.
I just found it on Twitter or X.
Yeah.
I think it's called X nowadays, and you can
Yeah,
find us
yeah.
there on
You know how
Movies
things
Beyond.
get recirculated.
And then I asked the group, and the only person who really answered was Nikki, and then Nate via Nikki.
Yeah, I was busy. Sorry.
That's fine. Well,
I
I don't
graduated
care.
yesterday. I have my answer. I do. I have an answer.
I have answers.
Who's your answer?
I mean, it's kind of a hard question. It's like more of, to me, what's an iconic role? You know, like Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford.
Good.
be
That's
replaced.
I don't
the
think
one.
anyone could really replace him.
Oh, I just said so. He could.
Hannibal Lecter, Anthony Hopkins.
Mhm.
I don't.
He has been replaced.
I know, but I think his role, and they didn't do a good job though.
Did you see the series?
Yeah,
Dude,
not
that
as
guy,
good.
Mars Mikkel, whatever. I don't know, dude, that guy's good.
All right.
Mads
good.
Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
Derek Zoolander.
Yeah, he can be replaced.
No,
by
he
Owen
can't.
Wilson. Owen Wilson can do it.
Ferris Bueller. Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump is
All right, Forrest Gump cannot be replaced.
Ellen Ripley. Alien. Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, she
Dude,
can be
Justin's just
replaced.
fucking spitfiring people right now.
And most of these I feel like can be replaced.
I don't think
I'm
they
sorry.
can, man.
I think so.
I mean, I just think they're more iconic. I think really anybody could be replaced in
Exactly.
terms of a movie. But
Well, okay, here's a
I'm
character.
talking like iconic roles. You know, like they're so iconic that if you did replace them, that it's like, Inigo
Like Justin-
Montoya. If they did a new Princess Bride and they did a new Inigo Montoya, I'd be like, this guy sucks. He's not. I think that guy's name is Mandy Perkins. Padkin.
Who?
Padkin. Inigo Montoya.
Yeah.
Mm,
I'll have to figure that one out. But
like Jack Sparrow. Nikki brought up Jack Sparrow in the chat. Can someone else play Jack Sparrow?
yeah, they're
Absolutely.
replacing him.
Who are they recasting him with?
I don't know.
And
I'm just
I also
saying yes.
I agree. I think you can replace Johnny Depp, and I think a lot of roles that Johnny Depp does are replaceable. You know, at first I kind of thought the Joker, but I was like, nope, he's been replaced every iteration, every version of him. So
Yeah, some
know,
good, some
Yeah,
bad.
it's more of like an iconic, role. You know that there's iconic Jokers and then there's bad ones.
Yeah, it's
so
just
does that make the bad Jokers iconic and then the good Jokers iconic too?
No, because I think everyone wants to forget Jared Leto's Joker and just forget it ever happened.
I don't know. I say never forget, so that we don't have to relive that. Yeah, you're right, Justin. Mandy Paddington.
Anakin? Yeah.
Okay,
Inigo Montoya. There can
Yeah. I
I
only
guess
be
this is a very
or
like
Highlander. There can only be one.
Yeah.
Who?
You know, my
Highlander?
answer my answer is I'm gonna say Ryan Reynolds because I just feel like Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Like
No, you could totally. I mean, you just find another guy that just talks a lot, and bam, he's replaced.
well, then I can use that for all your arguments too.
What's his name? Who's his partner? Wexham. What's that guy's name? Always Sunny in
Rob.
Philadelphia. Rob.
Rob,
Dude, he's Jack. He could totally be. He could totally do Deadpool.
Yeah, but the comedy is different, man. I disagree. Like I
Ryan
just
Reynolds
think,
has
I
a Ryan
feel like-
Reynolds style of comedy. Like I was saying this in the chat. I was
Exactly.
like, every character that he plays is a version of Ryan Reynolds. You get Van Wilder, you get the character from Waiting, you get Detective Pikachu. Anybody that Ryan Reynolds touches as a character, he makes himself that character. So are you
That's
saying
just
like
being
Ryan,
a good act. That's just being a good actor. I think he could still be replaced.
he could
Well,
absolutely be a
It's like
Deadpool
saying
could
like
be replaced.
Wolverine, for instance,
Wolverine's going to be replaced in this movie.
several times.
Yeah.
And I think he can, like, because I know this is where that question came from. Is everyone thought Hugh Jackman is like he cannot be replaced as Wolverine, which I disagree. I think he can. And you're probably right that that Ryan Reynolds can, but they are just so connected, like I just feel like that they are each other.
I
Well,
feel like if there was another movie, remove him from it, replace him, and then you're like, okay, I get it. I could see it. It's just a different style.
to add to Peter's point, Deadpool, the live action Deadpool wouldn't be here without Ryan Reynolds.
What about Blade? I never thought he could be replaced, and now they're replacing him with.
And there's rumors
That
that
one
Wesley
dude.
Snipes might be in this Deadpool movie.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
as Blade.
See, dude, they're just like the rumor mill for this Deadpool movie is just off the fucking charts. Like there was a rumor that there might be Ben Affleck's Batman.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Like
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, they could do the Green Lantern. Why not Ben Affleck's Batman?
Yeah. I mean, that was the easy one to replace Ryan Reynolds with Green Lantern. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, him as Green Lantern, it didn't work. But him as Deadpool, dude, it just linked up perfectly. It's the puzzle, the missing puzzle piece.
What version of Deadpool? His first version of Deadpool or his second version of Deadpool?
Oh, okay, the second version, obviously.
Yeah, because his first version was real bad.
Yeah.
But he
so
was
you can
still Ryan Reynolds, right?
ruin it. I mean, it was him, but
I
the
watched it
studio
recently, and
fucked
it
up.
wasn't good. He didn't do a good Deadpool either. I just think just the writing was bad for him in general.
I actually watched that movie just this last week and right before the concert, and I was like, why did this ever get made?
Same.
Yeah, why did this ever get
Wolverine?
made? Yeah, like
Yeah, because I've been
It was-
watching X-Men '97, so I've been watching other X-Men shit.
oh, dude, you're doing the same thing I am. I just finished Apocalypse last night.
You guys got more time on your hands than I do. Jeez. You know how many movies I've started probably in the last couple weeks and have not finished?
How long did that Johnny 5 take you?
A long time. Actually, I'm kind of shocked that I got through that, to be honest. That was a hard one with Ellie. She really wanted to help a lot, but
She wanted all the pieces.
oh yeah, and I had it did take, yeah, like I said, it took all Saturday. So it took a long time. But yeah, that's my answer. Ryan, did you pick one?
Mine is Keanu Reeves as Bill and Ted. You
I
can't make
love it.
Bill and
I
Ted
like
without
it.
anybody else.
I'd agree.
That's a good
And I'll
one.
change my answer to the dude, Big Lebowski. I can't see anyone else but Jeff Bridges.
That's very out
I'll
there, but
agree
yeah.
with you there. I'll agree with you, Justin. There. That was really, really good.
And you could say the same thing for like Jim Carrey characters, because what they have
dude,
that
like The Mask.
The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, And
All those types of movies. I can't see another
Ace Ventura,
comedian.
like who can do Ace Ventura?
So I don't know. I disagree with those. I think.
What
there
about
could
like
be
Mr.
someone else.
Bean, like Rowan Atkin or whatever his name is?
Aaron
Can anyone
Taylor
else
can
do
it.
his character?
Yeah, it's already been done.
No,
I think
maybe the question is more so about what actor like encompasses their character into their acting style.
Yeah.
well, and that's
'Cause,
kind of
like-
how I take it. I just like his style just works so like for back to Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool. Like his
He
style,
kind
just
of he
works
crafted that
perfectly.
movie around his style though.
Mhm.
No, but like even when I look at the comic books, I
Yeah.
feel like that's him.
I know, but it's crafted that way for him. Like he made it that way too on purpose, which is
He
a good
did a
thing.
good job.
But I feel
yeah,
like
he
it
did
was. But I feel like it was back. Wait, I'm confusing. So you're saying that the comic book came before, and basically the comic book created Ryan Reynolds?
I like that
No.
theory.
Yeah, that's a good theory. I'll stick with it. That's exactly what I was saying.
Because the Deadpool comic came first.
Well,
Like, he
Deadpool
grew
wasn't
up
supposed to be
reading-
breaking the fourth wall right away.
Yeah.
He morphed into that character, which is a parallel to Ryan Reynolds and his version of Deadpool. The first
But they've
Deadpool-
been doing that for a long time, though. I don't think that happened right when Ryan Reynolds did it. That stuff was
No,
already in
it
stone.
wasn't correlation. It wasn't in correlation to it. Deadpool was the first one to pioneer the fourth wall breaking in comic books, and maybe I see where you're going with this because
Yeah,
Ryan
so
Reynolds was-
Deadpool made Ryan Reynolds.
and yeah, exactly. And Ryan Reynolds took it from Deadpool and made the fourth wall breaking in his movies and making that
there you
his
go.
style. All right, Peter.
That's the story.
Wow. So
we
Ryan
came up
Reynolds
with
is
that.
basically Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, in every single movie.
In real life, yeah.
And in real life. Wow.
Damn.
Makeup does wonders.
I have an apology for Nikki. Only if she listens to this episode and calls me out on it.
Did she pick Ryan Reynolds too, or someone else?
She did, and I told her no in the group chat.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
That's
I was
funny.
just I did not read any of those, so this is I gave her argument. So
we vetted her argument.
we got there.
We
got
put it
Yeah,
together.
we hashed it out.
there.
We
All
made
right.
this happen, just like we made a lot of things happen in Hollywood, and we'll get into that after our trailers.
Here are some exciting coming attractions from
movies and beyond.
You know what's funny about these trailers?
They're from like 2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, kind of. And I put them on here, and I only watched one of the three that I put on here. So
That's pretty good. Which one?
Yeah.
Twisters.
That's the one I didn't watch because
Correct.
I figured I watched the first one already. So why do I need to watch another one?
So
Perfect.
okay, this is a good starting point, Justin, because I thought the same thing, and I almost didn't put it on here because I was like, I'm so done with like these extra trailers, and I don't want to talk about it. But okay, so that first teaser trailer, I just felt like I'm watching the exact same shit that I saw in the original Twister.
Yeah.
This trailer, because I was bored and I had a couple minutes to kill. I was pooping, and
There you go.
it started changing the way I viewed that teaser, and it actually looks just like a really fun wild ride, and it looks different enough, like they have some callbacks to like Dorothy and everything, but it's basically like almost like two opposing teams, and obviously like one's Glenn Powell and the other one is some chick, and they're gonna come together and form a unit. You know what I'm saying? And
They're the Twisters.
yeah, and there's two Twisters, which didn't that happen in the first one? Wasn't there two Twisters? Wasn't there twins?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's a movie
Yeah.
I need to watch again.
I
Yeah,
have
I've been-
not seen it in several years.
I know, and I will watch it. It's on the list before I see this one. But there looks like some cool, really CGI stuff. A lot of fun stuff they're doing with the twisters and the settings they're putting it in. And there's gonna be a fire tornado. Like, come on. So that's why
I
I
mean, that's
put
pretty
this.
cool.
I know. That's why I put this trailer in here, because you actually now get to see what Twisters is all about, not just this is a rehashing of the original. Like, it's not that. Like, yes, it's about tornado
Alright.
twisters. You can't get away from that, but it is new. It's different. And so, and it looks extreme. It's gonna be an F5,
Extreme
guys.
Twisters.
Yeah, it's gonna be an F5.
All right.
I think the way that this series will get me into it is if they have a rebooted animated series that's hitting on current event topics that takes place in the late 90s and ties into the movie
Yeah.
somehow.
Yep. That's the only way I'll get into it.
Yeah. I think that's how you got to get me into all media.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna. I mean, there's some callbacks. I think they're gonna do
Just
it.
hit on
Like-
points from my childhood and we're all good.
I'm not going to lie. If I see Extreme Ghostbusters, boom, I'm in. Oh, wait.
dude,
I already
dude.
watched all the Ghostbusters.
But Extreme Ghostbusters.
I know we should watch. They should make Extreme Ghostbusters again.
Why didn't they call it that? You know, why did they go to Ghostbusters Afterlife? I think they should have called it Extreme. That would have been
That would have been
fun.
cooler.
But they probably
Instead
couldn't
of-
do that because they lost Harold Ramis. They lost Egon. So, like, Egon was a focal point in the Extreme Ghostbusters.
See, and you can't
It's
replace
true.
Egon.
No, you cannot. So,
Yeah.
Nope.
So,
all right.
what
What about these other movies?
Dude, you always throw a freaking Exorcist movie
Okay,
into
save
it.
that one for last because that ties into the news, which I don't know
Okay,
if
okay.
I added that.
All right.
Killer Body Count.
I watched the trailer.
It
How-
looks okay. Like,
I mean,
Kinda
it's a
funny.
movie for Tubi. Was
Yeah,
that right?
it's free, coming out this Friday, the 17th of May.
So
this
I
could be
mean,
the shitty one with commercials.
it's
There's these
obviously a
commercials.
low budget movie, which I can get behind. I like those, and it looks shitty enough, which probably means I'll like it. And
Just
I mean,
like
this is
the-
why I put this here because
the
it
movie embraces everything about a horror movie. Basically, the premise that I got out of it is if you have sex, then you die.
That's probably true.
That's what I got out of the trailer. They go to some camp or whatever. I don't know where they're at. Camp,
Sex camp.
something. Sex camp. They're all hooking up, and then people start dying, and Satan has followed her and is killing people.
It was kind of
Satan.
It's Satan.
yeah.
I can't wait to watch this. This is like, dude, these like free services, like streaming services, like the fact that they're getting some of these movies, and I think this is like perfect, man. Like, this is what the free stuff should all be about: is get a whole bunch of these, low budget films and
About
add
Satan.
commercials so they can make their money back.
Just crank
but-
them out.
Yeah.
And I hope there's some. I mean, I hope there's bad CGI in it because I love me some bad CGI in these kind of movies.
Some bad sex CGI.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
good point. Like, if it's a bad movie, like, it's okay to have bad CGI, but if it's like a high expectation good movie, like, you want your CGI to be good.
That is
Yeah.
true. It is
Yeah.
weird how that works out.
Like,
true.
people expected the Flash to like save the DC universe. Don't ask me who, but some people did. And the CGI in that movie was god awful, and it
Yeah,
ruined
it
the
was
movie.
bad. It ruined it. Yep.
Yeah.
And the movie wasn't as good as everyone hyped it up to be. I think that's just James Gunn. Somehow he got it out there on the socials that is like, this is the greatest movie ever. I don't know.
Well,
So,
when James Gunn starts lying to push his content, he's losing me. He's losing me.
yeah.
So,
But here's the thing about, the what's it called again? Killer Body Count. I'm not expecting anything. Like, it's on fucking Tubi. So it's perfect to have poor CGI, poor everything.
Yeah,
as long
exactly.
as they have a good time and they
It's kind of like those movies on the Sci-Fi Channel, man.
exactly.
You know those shark movies? They all have bad CGI, and that's kind of what makes it fun.
Justin, don't
Well,
talk
and-
bad about shark movies in front of
I'm
Peter.
not. I love shark movies. They're my favorite.
Yeah, like dude, like it's gonna be awesome. Like I can't wait. Like and I'll be there on Tubi. I'll be there, Tubi.
Yeah,
This
I'll watch
Friday.
it. And it's
And
free,
this-
so all in.
Yeah. By
I
the
don't
time
have
this
to
is
like log into another streaming service. Bam, I'm there.
Yeah, I don't even technically you don't even have to sign up. The only thing you sign up, you get to pause it, and then when you come back to it, it starts off where you left off. Otherwise,
that's
you just
cool.
have to start over. You just fast forward. So
Hmm.
yeah, I'm a fan of Tubi, man. There's some actually good stuff on there. So yeah, by the time this comes out, when you're listening to this in your ear holes or watching us on YouTube, it'll be out there on Tubi. So check it
watch
out.
it.
Yeah, maybe I'll review it next time. If I can
I
find
know
the
I got to
time.
review Twisters. I should put Twisters on my Plex list.
Twister.
Stir.
Yeah.
Yes,
for
sir.
sure. Yeah, there's no twins, I don't think.
We'll find out after I promise I'm going to watch it. And I don't do it.
I've learned, dude, we promised so many things on this podcast. I don't think anyone trusts us
The only
anymore.
constant is if I'm into like a series, I'm gonna watch all the X-Men movies before I watch anything else. Don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's a good time to watch X-Men.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Doesn't
gotta
matter
watch
the series. You just watch X-Men.
Yeah, I've been watching X-Men nonstop. It's crazy. Told you,
Yeah.
been watching X-Men.
Dude, this series is so good. It's like revived my love of all things X-Men again.
Well, we're gonna
Well,
get
we're gonna get into it.
So,
Hey, about this Exorcism trailer. Why is Gerard Butler getting so? Oh, wait, that's not Gerard Butler. Who is that?
it's
Russell Crowe. Why is he getting so fat?
Dude, he's been fat for a
He's
while
been,
now.
he's been fat for a minute.
Yeah.
Didn't he like have some sort of like? Didn't he get in trouble for doing something or saying something or?
Being fat?
No,
yes, he's gotten in
didn't he get
trouble.
canceled or something?
I don't know about technically canceled, but he does say a lot
felt
of
like he did
things.
something.
I don't think so. He's just
Like, he's
I
really good
just
at
heard
being a
that
lazy
he's
dude.
I heard that he's hard to work with.
Yeah, or maybe it's that.
Definitely seems like it.
Yeah. And now I feel like he has like this new thing where he is just all about being a priest to exorcise demons, because you got this one, which the Exorcism, which again I didn't watch this trailer. I just know he's a priest, right?
Yep.
And he literally just did
I was gonna say, what is the name of that movie?
The Pope's Exorcist, which actually
Yeah.
it wasn't that bad. I actually recommend it, and it's actually part of the news in the next segment. But I mean, is there really anything else to say about this trailer? Is that
they're making a freaking exorcism movie, and the girls are like very self-aware, and they're like, "Hey, how about this new guy?" And they're like, "Oh, he might be a real priest, and bad things happen on set when he's around. So maybe he might be Satan."
I'm confused on what all those things that you just said.
You gotta watch the trailer. They're making a movie in the movie about exorcisms. It's the two girls, and then they're talking about Russell Crowe's character being the priest.
So is he a real priest, or is he a actor playing a priest in a movie playing a priest?
I think he's both.
Oh,
I think he's a real priest playing a priest in a.
I only watched
movie
part of it, so I really need to rewatch the trailer because
you didn't get that, Justin?
I just toned it. No, I just basically just toned it out because I was like, "Oh, an Exorcist movie, cool."
And that's where I went with it. I was like,
well, I guess no one really watched this one, but that leads us to our news.
I don't know how to spell exorcist, but
you're supposed to click the button.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh shit!
Wrong button.
Oh, it's loading now.
Movies and beyond.
What is happening?
Our podcast is exorcist.
We need Russell
There it is.
Crowe.
We need Russell Crowe.
Oh man.
Oh, he's from New Zealand. That's why it makes sense.
I don't know what that means either. First thing that's related to this is that Russell Crowe's all about being a pope and exorcising demons, because I heard that there's a sequel to the Pope's Exorcist that's been greenlit.
Nah.
So that's coming, guys.
Hell yeah.
Have no
Nope.
idea. That franchise is continuing on, so I wonder how
So
long
wait a
that's gonna
minute.
go.
This movie The Exorcism is not tied into The Exorcist. Okay, I just
Not
read
at
the
all.
premise.
Correct.
The Exorcism follows Anthony Miller, a troubled actor who begins to unravel while shooting a supernatural horror film. His estranged daughter wonders if he's slipping back into his past addictions or if there's something more sinister at play. So he's playing a priest.
Guess that was it. He's like, you know what I was just playing, guys? You know, I was just acting to be a pope, or not a pope, a priest.
Yeah.
You know what I think I can do now? I think I can be an actor pretending to be a priest.
Guys, I got this.
Yeah, and then the next movie I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to just being a priest.
It's brilliant. We can film 2 movies at once.
Yeah, they might be doing it. Maybe they do it at the same time. I don't know.
Oh,
I just find that
shit.
just so strange that he's like I swear that potentially like this was just another straight up exorcism movie where he was the straight up priest and he was supposed to exorcise a demon, and then he's like, you know what? I just did that. Can we change this a little bit? Can I be an actor pretending to be a priest? You know, it's just mind-boggling. That's so crazy, but I'll probably have to watch it, you know, especially if it comes to Netflix.
Should we save the Cage news for last? We always should.
Sure.
Let's start with Happy Gilmore. Happy
okay.
Gilmore is getting a sequel. How do you
Cool.
feel about a Happy Gilmore sequel? Is this just another thing part of Adam Sandler's contract, or is this a warranted thing? Like, where would they go from here? Is he playing like rounds at Topgolf?
Maybe he actually becomes a hockey player now.
That could be.
I do like that idea.
That's a good continuation because he was like a hockey fan / player, but it seemed like he wasn't really good at it though, right?
Yeah, maybe he'll like die and play with Chubbs in heaven.
But Chubbs is actually dead, Justin.
I said maybe he'll die. I know he's actually dead. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how they would do a sequel, man.
Yeah, I don't know either, and or why. You know, I just feel like it was so good to.
It's a great movie, but
yeah.
Oh, you know who's not going to be there? Frances Bay, Happy Gilmore's grandmother. She died at the ripe young age of 92 in 2011.
Or maybe it will be where Shooter McGavin, maybe he'll actually win. 20 years later.
Shooter winning.
Apparently he's
20 years later, Shooter McGavin finally wins. He gets his jacket.
This is a quote from McDonald, Shooter McGavin. He says, he says, okay, I saw Adam about 2 weeks ago, and he says to me, McDonald, you're gonna love this. And I said, what? He says, how about that? And shows me the first draft of Happy Gilmore 2. McDonald continues and says, maybe you should cut that out of this audio. I guess he was doing this on the radio. Because I don't want to be a liar, but he did show me that, and I thought, well, that would be awesome. So it's in the works. Fans demand it, which I don't know if that's necessarily true. So, I think there's obviously fans of Happy Gilmore, but demanding a sequel, some movies just don't need sequels.
Is Adam Sandler past his prime of being that funny anymore?
No, he's still funny, dude.
I know he's still funny, but like, he hasn't really put out a movie that's that funny recently.
Like Adam Sandler funny? Like he just put out like nothing but a bunch of kids. Like
in
the movies were
Adam Sandler funny.
Yeah. Maybe this is his rebound.
Can he still do it?
I think he can do it. He put out that serious basketball movie. And he was good.
I got a question. Like, I'm just thinking, like, you know.
Wait, what?
Oh, are you gonna do the thing?
What? How? Why? I have so many questions!
Okay.
Now I forgot it. But no, I got it. Hang on. So my question is we were growing up, like we were like teenagers, like at Adam Sandler's peak, right? When all these movies came out.
Yep.
So is it possible that maybe he's stayed the same and his comedies have stayed the same, but we have changed?
That's mind blowing.
Never.
Never. So they're just not as good. That's what you're coming down to, Justin. They're just not as good. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Justin because like our humor stayed the same, and like who evolved with our humor was like Lonely Island or the
Yeah.
newest crew from Saturday Night Live with that movie Please Don't Destroy. Like that reminds me of Adam Sandler's like style, you know?
I feel like that's different. I don't know, man.
Justin got a chuckle out just saying Lonely Island.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I did.
I don't know why that's so funny, Justin. But...
It is. Because I instantly think of I jizzed in my pants. It makes me giggle.
That is funny. That is funny. Yeah, I don't
or
know.
like
man.
Hot Rod, you know?
Hot Rod's great. Like, but I mean, like those weren't like big movies. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, I'm not going to say that he's not still funny. I just don't know.
It's just different. Like, I don't like.
How
I'm curious.
he's going to do it.
He has. When was the last time he actually had a movie in movie theaters? Like
That's
that was like
question.
Was that Pixels?
Dude,
Was
he
that the last one?
He kind of got picked up by like Netflix and got on their contract and like.
Well, yeah, he had like a massive deal, and he just keeps on going. Which honestly, I kind of feel like Netflix has just been like, do whatever you want. You're Adam Sandler, and he's like, okay, I love this. Like, I get to make what I want.
And he does kids movies and
yeah, which I will say, the probably the one movie I thought was going to be like the stupidest movie is the one that I have probably enjoyed the most from like all his movies that he's put on to Netflix was Hoobie Halloween.
That was okay. Yeah, that I forgot about that one. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, and it was so dumb, and I think that's probably why I liked it so much.
You know, that was classic Adam Sandler.
Yeah, doing a weird voice and everything.
Being Adam Sandler, so
Yeah.
I think maybe he can do it.
Murder Mystery 2 was another good one.
Oh, those are good ones.
Yeah.
I like those.
But
But
Leo, it was animated, but Leo was good.
Yeah, that was good.
I didn't really finish.
The kids
that.
like it.
Yeah. But in movie theaters though, like wasn't it
Hotel Transylvania.
Oh, those are made so much money.
Yeah, those are pretty good though.
Dude, I think if he did like a murder mystery like that style and like put that on in the movie theaters, he would.
I mean, he's Adam Sandler. He can do
Yeah.
it. I just wonder if he can do it up to the standards of back in the day Adam Sandler. The goofy stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
it's finally time to test his might.
Get back to being goofy.
Yeah. Well, this is coming to Netflix, so I guess it's not really testing anything. Anyways, let's move on. Mortal Kombat 2 has a official release date.
Why is it so far
kind of
out?
sad? I know.
Dude, it's so far away.
Dude, not until October 24th, 2025.
Dude, maybe they're just really trying to make it good. I mean, I didn't think the first one was really that as good as it could have been.
I think it's going to be better.
Yeah, they're gonna.
I think
they're
so,
gonna up
too.
the ante for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to be an actual contest.
Yeah.
I need purple orbs that travel through different dimensions and purple skies.
Yeah. And I want some fucking fatalities, man. Like
More
actual gory ass fatalities happening.
blood and
That's what I
guts
want to see.
spewing all over the place.
Yeah.
It's Mortal Kombat for crying out loud.
Mortal Kombat. Nick Cage is in the news.
Yep.
Duh.
He's
He
Jesus. He's God.
he is. I was gonna start with the Spire Noir series. We already talked about this, Ryan. This is old news.
No, we didn't talk about it. We came up with the concept for it, and then it was confirmed.
Damn it, Amazon, always taking our shit.
Remember, we were
Yep.
talking about Quentin Tarantino, and I was like, dude, the only way that Tarantino can revive his career, when we were talking about this, is if he made a Nick Cage live action Spider-Man noir
Yeah,
movie.
but no, even before that, I know I heard that they're planning on making a series. I don't know if I knew if Nicolas Cage was involved with it or not. So I guess
Well,
that's
why would he not be?
Yeah, I love the idea of
Because-
it.
Yeah, he was fantastic, and this is
I love
it's
the
supposed to be
idea.
live action, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I hope it's live action.
I
Yeah,
can't
I
wait
think
to.
that's what
Dude,
makes
he's
it
gonna
better.
be everything. He's gonna be like all he needs to be is in Star Wars now, and we're good to go. He needs to be a villain in John Wick, the sequel of the sequel.
Yep.
He needs to, dude. John Wick versus Face Off, and it needs to be Keanu Reeves, John Wick versus John Travolta and Nick Cage switching off faces in the movie, and he doesn't know who he's battling.
Yeah.
Directed by Quentin Tarantino.
Done. Problem solved.
In other news, other Nicolas Cage news, he is gonna be playing Jesus' dad, the carpenter's son. He is the carpenter.
I thought Jesus was a carpenter. No, he was
Well,
a
yeah.
carpenter's son. That makes sense. Actually, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the fact that, like, dude, when I read that, at first I thought he was playing Jesus, and like that is fantastic. But I think it's actually even better that he's the son of
Yeah.
Jesus. Or the son of Jesus. No, he's
Jesus
the
is
father.
his son.
Yes,
Yes.
father of Jesus. So, I don't know. This seems really weird. Is way back in the day, and it's all about him. I guess it's kind of like a drama horror, is what the article said of the carpenter's son coming into his own. I guess. So
Is this like that one James Gunn movie? Super, what's it? Brightburn.
Brightburn,
Yeah,
where
the
yeah,
kid
like
has the superpowers and like he uses them for non-superhero things.
yeah, they was basically if Superman was evil as a kid.
Oh, did I just reference Jesus as being evil? I didn't mean that, viewers or listeners. Right. Moving on.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Jesus, Roger Corman, he died.
I don't know who that is.
Dude, Justin, you don't know who this is?
No, who is it?
He is like only like probably the like godfather of like B movies.
Oh, I just looked him up. Okay, I know who he is now.
Well, how's
Yes.
he what?
Speaking of Jesus, because he's dead, he went and saw Jesus.
And he's the gotcha. Boo. Boo.
Yeah, Roger Corman is, dude, like the guy is like known for his low budget style of filmmaking. Like he has taught so many people.
Oh, dude, he did the first Jurassic
ways.
Park.
Hmm?
Did he
Carnosaur.
help he did what?
Carnosaur.
Carnosaur? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, like the guy, man, like is just a legend on like figuring out like how to make a movie like with the budget that you have. Like the guy did Death Race 2000, which is amazing. The guy
All right. First of
um,
all, yeah, Death Race is an amazing movie.
yeah. He has
Piranha.
oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I
dude,
mean he's
yeah.
helped produce like tons of
Frankenstein on Unbound. That's a good one. Man, Watchers 2.
movies. Yeah. The guy
Some movie
has
called White Pony. What's White Pony?
Oh, the Deftones album?
Did you really?
Yeah.
I told you, man. This guy's a legend. It is pretty sad that he's gone, but like, dude, he left his legacy, and like all these like filmmakers like have him to like thank because dude, he has helped so many people. I'm pretty sure there's some like documentaries about him and everything, but dude, the guy like has like done it all. He will figure it out and figure out how to turn a penny, you know. Geez, the list is just so long for like producing. I just think I want to go to his
Death Race
directing.
2050. Cool.
Yeah, he's
Dude, I love all
helped.
those movies so much.
Dude, he produced 493 things.
I know. I'm just like going through this list. Like, there's just so many things.
Yeah, and directing 56, man. The guy has just done so much.
Oh, dude, he was behind Sharktopus. That's a great movie.
A lot of dude, there's so many of those like Piranha Conda. Like,
Pranaconda.
a lot. If there was a creature like one animal like combined with another animal, like I'm pretty sure he was behind it. So but yeah, the guy he's done so much stuff, man. Just
Bro, he was in the original Fast and the Furious from 1954. Wait, did he direct that? No. He wrote the story for the original Fast and Furious. How do I not recognize this guy?
Dude, this is old school, man. This is back.
He
in the
made one of the
1950s,
best, worst
man.
franchises in movie history.
I wonder if it's really related. Do you think it's related?
Truck
Yeah.
murder he did not commit. Truck driver Frank Webster is broken out of jail. Nope, it's not related whatsoever. But I don't know why they haven't just remade this movie. They totally could.
Yes, they could. They could. But yes, he will be missed. Dude, he directed a movie called Machine Gun Kelly. I'm pretty sure that's probably where he got that name, huh?
Probably definitely exactly where he got it.
Yeah. I guess he didn't direct Death Race. He just produced it. But I mean, dude,
Slumber Party Massacre 2?
yeah, dude, the guy has had
3?
his hands on so many of the movies that we love, this podcast loves, and there's plenty more that we need to watch.
Dude, he was part of that really shitty 94 Fantastic Four movie.
I don't think the shitty part was because of him, though.
Are you sure? Are you
I
I
sure?
said it was unreleased. The
Did they not
Fantastic Four
release-
movie?
Oh,
Have
you're
you
talking
not
about the
seen
really old one, the first one ever?
the 94 one? Oh yeah, although pirated copies have circulated,
It was never released.
it was never actually released. I need to find this. Do I have
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, you do. You better figure that out. So, all right,
I
yeah,
think I do have
Roger Corman, a legend. He is gone, and he will be missed. May 9th, and dude, we're gonna have to find like who's gonna be our next guy that's gonna like make our style of movie. You know, like we gotta find them. Maybe it's just a production company, like what's the one that's always doing all the horror movies?
Blumhouse.
Blumhouse. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
So,
thinking A24, but
That's
yeah,
what-
they're getting into it too, but
they're doing it.
not like this, man. Not
Mm-mm.
like Chronosaurus and all these ones. Oh, there's the Fantastic Four. I see. Yeah. So you will be missed. One of the greats. Let's get into our review.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Screw everything. Man.
My question. How come you don't have Meatwad rapping over that?
Oh
Huh?
man.
Just
I said, how come you don't have
rap over this.
Never mind.
I love how they took the original and just updated it.
Every
man.
episode.
Yeah.
dude,
They-
so good.
They made it. Yeah.
Who has goosebumps right now?
I got a boner.
Dude, you know what this show does to me?
Goosebump boners?
No, it literally takes me straight back to the year 1992. I was 8
Yeah.
years old, and I turned on the TV, and X-Men came on for the very first time, and it changed my entire life.
Yes. Yes, it did. And now it's back on Disney Plus.
Dude, like, it's so nostalgic because this was the show for me that I woke up for every morning and watched. It was this, the Ninja Turtles.
And
But
so- for me,
primarily,
and
it
Sonic.
was X-Men.
Yeah, dude. Okay. Since you've gotten to this point, viewers, obviously we are just gonna do X-Men. Peter and I have been talking about it throughout the upcoming weeks. I've recommended the series multiple times. I've literally forgot to do homework for the podcast because of this series. And I've rewatched each one of these episodes at least once or twice a week. I've watched the new Rockstar recap and all that in between all of them. I am consuming this content, dude. It is, and I think Justin said it best right there. Like, this was the series that when we were a kid, you woke up 6 a.m. to watch. Like,
Yeah, man.
Saturday morning was for the boys. It was for the Ninja Turtles, X-Men, Spider-Man, and then later on we got those really shitty Iron Man cartoons.
I was there with my bowl of cereal just waiting.
Hell yeah.
So
For me, it was this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Ghostbusters. So,
okay, so the constant was X-Men, the animated series. We all had our own little one, right? But dude, X-Men was, and as a kid, it was just because you saw the X-Men. Like, I didn't follow the story. I didn't get it. Like, I wasn't like, oh yeah, well, this one's about God. This one's about human rights. This one's about human genocide. Blah blah blah.
I didn't get the underlying
No,
themes.
No,
Right.
Rewatching it as an adult, you're like, whoa, dude, this show's like, it's so
Deep.
political and deep, and there's so much going on that's like, whoa, it's just, there's a lot of content
Yeah.
happening.
It had shitty
Romances and all
animation.
that.
It had, the animation got worse as the series progressed. It had fucking dinosaurs. It had robots. It had mutants. It had presidents. It had everything you could just throw at Saturday morning television. And
Dude, and then they did shit like, there's episodes where the X-Men aren't even in it,
yeah,
like at all.
yeah,
Oh, and the
yeah. You had a
revenge one? Yeah.
Justin, we call those filler episodes, and those suck.
No,
I
dude.
hate them.
But like, there's literally an episode with no X-Men. It's just
Which
all
one is
about
that?
Mr. Sinister, the origin of
Oh.
Mr. Sinister.
Yep.
It takes you all the way back to like the 1800s, and there's no X-Men in it, and it's just like his backstory, which I think is a crazy idea to have that at a kids' TV show and have literally none of the X-Men in the show.
As an adult, okay. When was this?
Got
when
away with shit, man. They
Yeah,
it's interesting what they could get away with back
The
then.
revival was discussed in June of 2019, formally announced in 2021. So we've been waiting 4+ years for this. And
It was
every
2021 that they announced that?
yep,
Holy
towards the end of it.
yeah, feels like it,
Bo
right?
DeMaio has been the showrunner, basically the director of running this, has been fired before the show even started, apparently because he had an OnlyFans account or something like that. He is a gay man.
Oh, that's why.
I think him being a gay man added to the show because think about like what he went through. The X-Men is about civil rights. It always has been. So to convey that message and still have it be a kids animated show but with adult themes and put it on Disney Plus, this show shouldn't have succeeded the way it has. But it did.
What?
And
Why?
well, just because everything's dude, live action is more popular than animated. But they hit every market that they had to at this point.
I disagree. Dude, good shit is gonna get noticed and it's gonna continue on. Like
Mhm.
this was perfect. I think this is something that's been a long time coming, you know? Like we just talked about like Happy Gilmore too. Like who was really asking for that? Like we weren't, but we were asking for a new X-Men series.
You know what I
So
really hope that this animated series does is I hope that it fixes what they do later on in live action movies.
It can.
Because this show, they do a really good job. They take really serious tones and they stick with it. They don't stick in a stupid joke in between like some serious aftermath. You know, someone dies, someone doesn't say a stupid joke, you know, something like that. There's no, sure, there's jokes and stuff, but like they really stick to the storyline, which is amazing.
They stick to the era. They stick to the late 90s, which was, in my opinion, very difficult to do, considering where the MCU is in live action and what they're doing with everybody. This is a period piece. This is like, I hope that they can somehow get Bishop or a multiverse and literally just open up a portal and bring in the 97 X-Men crew to current day, and like shit's fine, you know? Like I want that. If they can make that a story, I'm good. But if they have to reintroduce all the characters and whatnot, like, yeah, I'm for it. But Disney, your job is done. Like, just find people who look like these characters, kind of sound like them, and bring them in live action.
Yeah, dude. And we don't need backstories anymore for things, man. Just do it.
So this series kicked off what, 9 weeks ago? 2
Yeah.
episodes, very political, about human rights, about mutant rights, and it stayed with that theme the entire time, which was
That's what X-Men is about, man. The
yeah,
comics and all everything.
but they throw in those weird Savage Land timelines and like Magneto being and Wolverine being feral and stuff.
yeah.
Well, so that's the amazing thing about the show is that the writers for the show are so faithful to the comic books that they pick up those storylines and add them into the show.
And it's
Yeah.
created its own storyline.
But
It's
this
taking
one,
elements
though,
of it, yeah.
So amazing.
this new series though has done. They took everything that was good about the original stuff, but they really made it
They made it better.
concise. They made everything better. The animation is better. The storytelling is better because in the original ones, dude, they were hopping all over the place. Like
Yeah,
it was
the characters are better.
like that first. Yeah, the first season was just so like you had a Apocalypse, you had like all Mr. Sinister, you had like all these bad guys. They really just like took all the big stories from the comic books and shoved it all into the series all at once.
Yeah.
Where this one, like they like, all right, hey, let's take a step back and like really focus on these characters, and like they didn't held back on like any of the just the maybe the stuff that's not kid related, and I honestly, this is not a kid show.
Not really. Not if
So
if you watch it, it's really not.
no, like the themes of like
I let Jade watch it.
I mean, I was watching it with my kids.
I'm not saying it's not bad like for them, but it'd be like maybe they actually just did the exact same thing. Is that I don't think they didn't understand all those things. It's like, oh shit, Sentinels are destroying this city now. Like like that's the stuff they remember. But like all the
Like me as a kid,
Dude, if you don't think this show's not badass, just turn on the first episode and watch that very first action sequence that they do, the first fight scene. That is like the most epic battle scene for an opening show ever.
true.
It's
And
so
if that
badass.
still didn't capture you in this series, just jump to episode 5. That's the one that, like, dude, that
will
for
do it.
animated that's episode right there. When I watched that, I sat back and I was like, did that really just happen with all my favorite characters?
Yeah,
And
dude.
in a
But
TV
that's
series?
that's the part where I was like, dude,
It brought
this
the
is-
emotions, man.
Yeah,
Like,
this
it
is
was
so
emotional.
grown up.
For
Where
a
like
cartoon like that, hit hard.
one, I think they knew their viewers is that they have us middle-aged men watching this, and we need something to be like, what? Like make our jaws drop, hit the floor. Like that was episode 5 was intense.
And I'm glad that, I mean, not to spoil it really, but like I'm glad that they go back to Genosha and hit on all that stuff because they bring everything full circle. You know,
Yeah.
You
because they
said it
set up
earlier, Justin, this-
Genosha. Oh god.
they're taking elements from from different decades of X-Men comics, things that happened in the 2000s, things that happened in the early 90s. They're blending it together to make this period piece. And this is why I'm like, dude, I don't know how Marvel can make them live action without just putting this into current day MCU.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do, because
This is what a Marvel X-Men movie needs to be.
I don't
I-
know about that, but
Dude, I really think it does.
there's certain things that I think work with animation and doesn't translate so well to the big screen. And I don't know, Deadpool could prove us wrong potentially. The new one, but I'm not so sure. Like I just think, like, dude, they need to keep on doing what they're doing with this series. They are really capturing the essence of what we watched and adding a whole new layer to it.
Yeah. I mean, it really just needs to be a drama, to be honest. If they're doing a live action, it needs to be a drama.
Yeah.
They need to drop the comedy act because X-Men is a serious show, man.
It is. And I don't
Serious comic.
there is still some
There's still
elements.
some comedy to it, but like they need to just drop
Yeah.
90% of the comedy stuff.
I really tell me if you got this vibe, but this really felt like kind of like an anime to me.
yeah,
Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
which is good, because if I went down a rabbit hole on how the animated series was made and how this was animated by Japanese and Korean animators, and they had to dumb down their style to Americanize it to bring it back to us. That's why the animation is so inconsistent.
But it's with the new series?
No, with the original. So the new one,
yeah.
it's like they took that and just kind of slowly blended it into an anime.
Yeah, they refined it.
And it's also the storytelling, like, dude, like,
Yeah.
anime storytelling is very drama
Epic.
based. Yeah. With really cool fight scenes and everything. If anything, that's probably what they just changed. The fight scenes weren't as long, besides the last 2 episodes, which is probably a lot of kind of fighting. But it was just nonstop, like, drama and taking everything very, very seriously and not holding back. Like it just really felt like an anime. And then especially at the very end, where like the climax, where like the baddie just kind of kept on transforming. I was like, what, am I watching Dragon Ball Z now? What's
Dude,
happening?
It was
And it
good,
was
though.
like it just
It
became
was
more
good.
of
It was
an epic
amazing.
fight, like on Earth, in space, back in like this. And dude, like there was elements where you're in space, you're on Earth, you're in Genosha, I know that's on Earth, but like it felt like a different world, you know.
They went
Yep.
all over the place.
it-
Nothing like
You're in the future, you're in the past, like, and it
Yeah.
didn't feel like it was forced on you. Like it started to make sense.
well,
And I haven't
that's
had a
the
series do that in a while.
X-Men. I don't
Yeah.
know, that's just the X-Men, man. Like,
Dude, and let's talk about cameos.
Dude, there's
This-
so many cameos in it.
Dude,
Especially
this had
that last episode.
yeah.
Oh my god, dude, that was packed full of cameos.
Silver Samurai, Psylocke, Omega Red, Peter was in it. Next to Iron Man.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Multiple times. Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, the episode with Rogue and Captain America and just tossing
Yep.
his shield, like,
yeah.
dude,
So
you know what
good.
that showed me was it showed me that the Avengers were present in that world, in that multiverse, but the X-Men were more powerful.
Yeah.
And that's something we have yet to see in current day MCU stuff. And it made me think about it. I was like, dude, if the X-Men showed up during whatever the Avengers were doing, they would have annihilated everything. Thanos would have been nothing. Magneto would have literally came in and crushed the gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet, and like the stones would have fell to the ground, and they would have picked him up.
I mean,
Yeah, good point there. But it's comic books, man. They always just
Yeah.
like Forge. He's like, "Oh, why is your leg still working?" "Oh, I made some weird thing that deploys magnetic fields." Or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
Like that's all they
there's
do.
a-
They
there's
make up
always
some-
something.
Yeah.
There's always a workaround.
Which okay, so Forge, he's kind of one of the bigger characters, I would say, in this. And his
I forgot all about him, dude. To
well,
be honest, he's in the original series, and I forgot all about him.
Right?
he's not in it like very much, right? In the original series,
He's just Bone and Storm.
in the original,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
That whole side
Basically.
story with Storm was based
Yeah.
off a miniseries in the comics.
Yeah.
So I was watching that and I just kept on thinking, it's like, so his whole thing is that he can build shit, right? Like,
He's
he
highly
he can
intelligent
think,
and
he
yeah.
can think, and then he just builds it. So he's out there when all these people are fighting, like he really doesn't like why wouldn't you build yourself your own like Iron Man suit? Like why wouldn't you build a whole bunch of things to, like help you battle? But he literally is just there, like, I'm just gonna fly the plane, guys. And then
Dude, that's
plane,
what's cool about him is he knows his limitations, man. He just hangs in the background and does what's necessary.
Well,
he doesn't
his
have to
limitations
jump
were
in.
where he was at. Like in the future, he does everything.
but he
Yeah.
could be so much cooler, is what I'm saying. Like I feel like he's not using his ability.
He could be so
ability
much
to his-
cooler.
Yeah, like
No,
I just he was
The reason
there.
They fixed the character for me, which is Cyclops. I thought in the original series, Cyclops was kind of a bitch character, and nobody really liked him. So they kind of like, even though he's the leader of the X-Men, they kind of push him aside, and they forced you with Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine
They
was
made
so
him the
much cooler.
forefront because he's obviously the one that sells.
Yeah.
But this show, they fix it and they like make
And they
him
kind-
more forefront, more
they almost-
leader,
Yeah, they flopped it kind of like because
and like he is amazing in this series.
I thought everyone with their abilities, I think, were so
Even like
much
Jubilee
better.
is
Yeah,
kind of
even
cool.
that's what I'm saying. Like everyone, like their abilities, they actually showed them in a certain light that we never really got to see before, with them actually utilizing their powers to like
Dude,
the
that video game
full
episode,
potential. Yeah,
The
Well,
filler
and-
episode. Yeah.
and also
damn,
at the
that was
end,
so cool.
the end where Jubilee actually does some damage, like
Yeah.
like she can actually do some shit. Like
Yeah, he makes a comment about her, and she snaps back.
And then
that's back to
they
Forge.
turned
What is
they turned
Forge doing? Forge is
Gambit
just
and Rogue from side characters to like a main
Dude,
character.
fucking
Yeah.
Rogue, she tears some shit up, man.
Well,
Forge
in
is
the
like
comics,
the MacGyver of the comics of the
And-
X-Men.
the crazy thing about Rogue is like in the Marvel universe, she's like one of the most powerful beings. Like she can
She is.
I know.
whoop
But guys, can we talk
characters'
about
ass.
Forge?
Why are we talking about Forge?
Because
Is he your favorite or what? What's
I think
going
he's
on
your
here?
favorite.
I just did. I just like, what is he doing? And then you just kind of see him in the background, just kind of fixing things. Like that's just all he does.
Well, that's what he
I don't know.
does in the
He's not
future.
a core member. He's not a core member, so they gotta.
He had a
they
suit.
gotta.
He had
He
a
had a suit.
suit.
He did have a suit, but he's not a core member, so they gotta push him onto the side. He's on the B team.
No,
I
dude, he
will-
makes sense because he has to fix Cable. So he's there to just like fix the fuck up shit.
I
And then
know.
when Bishop comes back, it's like, oh, now time travel makes sense again. Cool.
Let me fix some
Oh,
other
dude.
stuff. I just
Can we
feel
talk
like he
about
could be-
Forge?
I couldn't get past it. Like, why is he there? And it just made no sense to me. But okay, so back to Rogue. What happened to her
She's-
ass?
She's badass.
What happened
But-
to her ass?
But
That's a
flatter.
very good question.
That is
Hey,
true. I
Disney?
guess I didn't even think about that, but yes, you're correct.
next series, you got to make that ass pop, okay?
Yeah.
What do the kids say nowadays? Alexa, stop listening.
Just trying to get you some Rogue books.
Yeah,
Dude, can we
she's-
talk about Morph and how now he again is officially back on the team and he looks badass?
And that he's actually like gay.
He's so cool now.
What, like, did it
No,
any?
he is cool, but he's like he's a blend of current day issues
Doesn't
input
matter.
into 97.
So
And Nightcrawler, how cool is Nightcrawler in this? Oh shit, dude.
well, everyone was badass, like except for Forge. But okay, but like let's just morph. I didn't get it. Like everyone was so like just upset with that whole thing that he's basically like non-binary, right? But
Yeah.
I didn't get that. Like, yes, he to me it was more like he reminded me like the chameleon from like the Spider-Man. But if anything, it really showcased his powers, dude. At the very end, where he actually turns into spoiler, the Hulk. That was
Hulk,
badass.
Yeah.
And Sabretooth and Jean Grey,
Basically
like
everybody, all kinds of people.
Yeah, like I mean, I just
Mr. Fantastic.
yeah,
He
when
did.
they
Very, very end.
described
Yeah.
him as he does in the very end. You know, they describe him as like, dude, like the guy can be whoever he wants. Like, yeah, he's probably gonna be a little bit confused. Like, and like I never saw anything in there that was like really pointed in one direction or the other.
No.
So there really
You didn't?
wasn't a big deal.
you didn't see
I
his,
didn't.
his attraction towards Wolverine.
He clearly I never got it as like more than like he
I don't know,
liked
dude.
him.
Have you
I didn't
watched?
get that.
Remember in the original X-Men where Wolverine had a hard-on for him?
Yeah.
So
Dude,
I mean,
seriously,
it goes both ways.
that's a thing.
You know, Morph is the only one that made him laugh. He says
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, well then maybe he was more.
I mean, Wolverine's been alive for a very long time, so
I
who
know.
knows?
You
I'm just
can
saying this
play
when
around with
like
all kinds of stuff. but-
I never
Yeah.
got the impression in this new series. I just
No.
like he's like, I'm gonna be here for my friend, and that's pretty much all I got. And I if anything, I just felt kind of sorry for him because
yeah.
clearly he was jealous of Jean Grey.
Yeah,
I don't
clearly.
know if that means I never took it as a romance thing. It's just more like a, you know, where's my friend?
Yeah,
Final
I think they're
scene,
just
what did
good-
he say?
I just think they're good friends.
Yeah,
I know she can't say this, but I can.
Yep.
exactly. That was a nice
And-
thing. It was
Exactly.
very sweet. Very sweet thing.
That was
He's
a
just
very.
really good friend.
Yeah.
We-
Magneto.
I think Magneto was the best in this series.
Dude, he was so good.
The way he handled the entire trial, the way that he held back his powers, the way that he came back, the way that he was just out to implode the world.
Dude,
Like,
and then
he
the
was
way that
ready
he
for it.
showcases his powers whenever he does,
Yeah.
like
I have a
that's
new
one thing that they've done so far good in this series is whenever they use their powers to their full limit that they're capable of right now is it's awesome.
I'm telling you, dude, when Meteor M was coming down and like you
Asteroid
saw
M.
Asteroid M, and you saw Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson like, oh, we're gonna die, like, and Daredevil's like blind to and oblivious to everything going on. He's like, I'm still gonna be fighting crime, and Wakanda forever was
When Peter Parker there and Mary Jane, for a split second, I thought that was just Cyclops and Jean Grey. Like they look very similar, but
They do.
then it finally dawned on me, like, because I was like, "What are they doing? Some weird time travel shit already?"
Oh, dude.
It was not. It was Peter Parker and Mary Jane.
There's so
Right.
many twists and turns, man.
There was
Madeline Pryor, Jean Grey,
Cable.
Yeah,
Cable.
they went all over the place.
I think we found a love for this series, and I mean, do we want to get into the point of the ending and kind of spoil it for people?
Just do a spoiler.
Dude,
alert.
okay, dude. Yeah, put a spoiler alert right now because there's a couple things that I want to spoil if we're going to spoil.
Okay,
All right, spoiler alert.
do it.
Don't listen.
Spoiler.
I think turn off the episode because I think we're gonna
Yeah.
get into spoilers. But you already know that we love the series. It just wrapped in this week. Was it this week?
Yeah, today, and this
Yeah.
episode will come out by Monday. So if you haven't watched it by Monday,
Yep.
you've had plenty of
you
time.
can-
Yeah,
can
turn it
finish
off
this
now
episode.
and then listen later.
So say it,
So-
Justin.
All right, dude. Spoiler alerts all over, but Wolverine. If we're gonna go do that, you got to do the adamantium thing, with Magneto.
Yeah,
Right?
Fatal
And
Attraction.
that very last scene, it's so great how they basically copied the cover of the comic
Mhm.
and did it straight onto the live action. That was so awesome.
It was so quick though.
It was quick. I wish they would have paused it a little bit longer.
I know, and so that was some of the stuff. Was like, oh, you actually kind of see it, but then it's like, oh, it's over. And then what I didn't like, and unless I missed something, because again, I was chasing around a kid at the time. My child. Is that they start the next episode, and it's like I missed something because it starts off, since we're spoiling, like Charles is going after Magneto, but he had the fucking helmet on. Like, what happened from the end of the episode 9 to the beginning of 10 that the helmet's gone and he's doing his mind control shit? Did I miss
Good point.
something?
Well, he already entered his mind.
But when was the
So
why is-
remember, so like he knocks his helmet off, he
Yeah.
enters his mind, and then that's whenever he gets in. So he was already in his mind.
but then he put the helmet on. Wouldn't that block everything?
I think once he's already in it, even with the helmet on,
Or did Charles just make up that shit and give the illusion that he's winning? Hmm?
because he put
No,
'cause
but
the
then
helmet
Wolverine's
goes.
hurt the whole time.
Wait a minute, the helmet goes onto Professor Xavier, and then he starts crushing him, and then it goes back onto Magneto after the fact, right? Because he picks it up
No.
and puts it up back on his head.
No, he has it on.
No, they're
Charles
both just like
Xavier's.
sitting in the jet, like sweating it out, and the rest of the
No,
team's like just leave
the
him.
very
I'm talking
beginning
about the
of it-
Magneto, like the scene with Wolverine.
Yeah, so that was the last thing that happened.
But is he wearing his helmet at the end? The very, very end?
Charles is.
Yeah.
So Charles is. So he still has his mind.
No, but that would block it, right? That's the whole purpose of the helmet.
I don't know how it works if he's wearing it. I don't know, man.
Well, so you jump into the episode 10, and maybe we just all need to rewatch it. Is that it opens up basically where Charles is coming in and like he shows like his no, it opens up there at the bar, like they're back in a
Yeah, because he's
And-
going back to their World
So-
War whatever.
and he's
that
in
it
his
is.
head. He's in his head.
Uh-huh.
And then it goes to the real events where like the helmet's gone and it's so anime where like all his mental things are like shooting at him while he's like and then takes over Magneto's mind to turn back on Earth, turns back the magnetic forces, right?
Yep.
So again,
Well, doesn't
Peter,
he
you're
say in
right.
doesn't he say in 9 whenever he enters his mind, like that if he destroys it, then like there's kind of like no hope and he'd have to repair it.
yeah, and that's what he had to do that whole episode was he was
Yeah.
repairing his mind.
Attempts to take control of Magneto's mind, but is blocked. Wolverine stabs and seriously injures Magneto, who begins ripping adamantium metal from Wolverine's skeleton. Part 3. With Wolverine critically injured, Xavier takes control of Magneto and restores power to Earth. They don't show that,
Yeah, they do.
do
They
they?
just don't show how he got the helmet off.
How he got the
How
helmet
he
off.
got
Yeah,
and how he got released.
yeah. They don't show that. They just like, here you are.
Yeah. And that is one of the things I've noticed, and they did this in the original series too, is like they do a lot of like kind of jumping around where you kind of have to fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Like did
Yeah,
everyone
they do
notice
do
that?
that.
Yeah,
They do that.
it didn't make it like awful because I was like, oh, I could figure this out. But that was the one time that stood out to me. It was like, well, wait, how did he get released? Like that should have been like something very like exciting to watch, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
it
just
should've.
like they just took that out and like, no helmet. Bah!
Yeah, we're in a bar.
Yeah.
Wolverine's okay. But guys, we haven't even gotten to the ending point. Like so many other events still happen in that episode. Like Jean Grey and Cyclops were left for dead, and then guess who comes back? Phoenix. Phoenix.
Oh
is
yeah,
a
dude. She
huge
totally
part
like
of-
he totally kills her basically. Cable does.
Yeah, Cable does, and Phoenix comes back, and that's so weird that the Phoenix storyline is not a big part of this series. It was just like, here you go, here's Phoenix, and she's like,
I'm
I
actually
can control
glad that
more."
it wasn't a big
Me
part of
too,
it.
because that dragged on so much in the live action movies and in the original one.
Yeah. But if
And then
anything,
it was all
that was
retcon
just
after when Bishop showed up, and they imploded and sent the X-Men to the past and the future.
yeah. But that was
Yeah.
kind of like the back to the Phoenix thing. That was kind of a little bit of a cop out, though. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest, because I like how the reasoning be afterwards is like, yeah, I was like dying, and then I felt the Phoenix like you just wanted to come out for a little bit, and so I let it out.
Yeah.
And that's gone. That's good, guys.
Yeah, yeah, that was kind of yeah. She's like, I'm better now. We're all good.
Yeah. Let's
Join
move
our
on.
team, Bastion. It's all good.
Oh man. I love it. That last episode though was
Oh,
like
dude.
just so good with all the cameos with like the Avengers, all that. Also they mentioned a few things, especially with Morph, about like, oh man, it's really good to have you on the team, like instead of just like a half an hour, or it's like that's such a good joke.
What's cool is they show you that the other groups are forming, like Jubilee and what's his name, Sunfire, Sunspot. They're okay.
Yeah,
So we're getting some
Sunspot.
Generation Next, and then Forge, your best character, Forge, is getting ready to kind of put together an X Factor team. You saw a couple of the team members when you saw Psylocke and whatnot. So like this just adds more layers to season
dude,
2, season
yeah.
3, maybe a spin-off series. And dude, this opened up conversation for having revival of the Spider-Man animated series, or fixing
All of
Fantastic
them.
Four, all of them. And this is huge for Disney and Marvel, because didn't they just announce that they're going to cut back on a lot of their original shows? This just allows them to make a full animated segue to the MCU and make better quality movies.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I don't know if they need to make more animated like series like Spider-Man, like bring that back. Like I get what you're saying. It'd be kind of cool, especially because they just show like how well they did this.
Yeah.
But I almost like the idea, like just focus on this and just have these characters just show up from time to time. Like they already did. Like that was kind of cool, but like focus on the X-Men. Like we've already had our time with Spider-Man and everything. Like, it was a pretty good series. Like I think and they already have another one coming out. Like they don't need to do like a 90s version of Spider-Man. Like I think that's the last thing I want to see is I don't want to see this over all these like new
I just want
animated
to see everything
90s.
picked up where they were left off at. It's good with this, but I agree. I don't want to see it with other shit.
Yeah, just keep on doing
Although
X-Men.
I'd be down for a reboot of Batman animated.
Well,
Pick up where they left off, but like
that's fine.
Again, I don't know. I'd be excited about it, but I'd be kind of like, just do a new one.
You can't do the new one. You can't do the animated because Mark Hamill is not the Joker anymore, and Kevin Conroy is dead.
That's very, very true.
Yeah. I mean, there are people who have replicated their voices, but it's just not the same. Like even Wolverine, the original voice of Wolverine is Wolverine in this reboot or this in this series, and he doesn't sound the same. Rogue, same actress, same voice actress, and she sounds older. Like
we really need to talk about the biggest overtone though of this entire show, which is episode 5.
What is Forge doing
in episode 5?
No, I'm just in general.
It's MacGyvering shit, man.
What, that freaking Genosha and they just annihilated mutants and freaking
dude, yeah, he just shows up and just dead. Full on, yeah.
Dude, them killing off Gambit was such a surprise, but also I think probably one of the smartest things they could have done.
I would agree with you.
Because of the fact that I just thought like they were having so much issues fighting off those like new Sentinels. Dude, Gambit would have just touched them and blew up every single one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
exactly.
I never thought about just how cool like his power was because he was just always charging up cards.
Yeah,
That's
he
all.
That was
talk
one thing
about
that I thought was so cool about it because he's like really showcased what he could really do.
Yeah, like that was badass when he's just stabbed. And he's like, nope, here we go. Then he just
Yep.
blows up the whole thing. Oh man,
and it
that was
just
cool.
set the tone for the rest of the X-Men adventure.
Magneto and Rogue. I mean, they're basically a couple of some sort, and he's wanting her to be the queen of Genosha, and like
They
right
play
when
that
she's
Ace of
like
Base song.
right when she's contemplating about whether she's gonna do it or not, they just come in flying and just start killing everybody.
Well, she did decide,
Oh.
and that's
Well, she was going to, but
yeah,
kind of changed her mind.
and then even like that was kind of the crazy thing. Like they didn't like shy away from the whole like double
it's good.
relationships. Like even Nightcrawler's
No.
like, you lost 2 guys that day.
Yeah,
So
and
Yeah,
it
that's-
breaks Rogue later on
mhm.
in the season where she kills somebody.
Technically,
Straight up.
they do the great cop out where he's not dead because he's a sentinel, but like,
but she drops him to his death.
yeah, she straight up wanted to kill that guy.
She straight up kills
She tried
people.
to. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, murdering people's not cool.
But like, yeah, it's cool to see like an X-Men break to that level, though.
Yeah. I don't know, man. The series was just fantastic. Like at first I watched like the first couple episodes because I know Ryan, you kept on like saying like, dude, are you caught up? I'm like, no, I just I don't have time because I really wasn't. I was like, the first like episodes were cool, but it wasn't. I think Ryan, you put it best. It's like, dude, when you get to 5, just wait, hold on, and then you're right. As soon as that happened, dude, that's when I was like, holy crap. And so I blitzed through like the rest of them.
Yeah, because then you're like, I need to know what happens next.
Yeah, until I got caught up to the last 2 episodes, which I watched today.
And then you know what? They don't really. The next episode
is that dumb Storm episode.
They don't even mention it like at all.
Oh yeah, you're right. The Storm episode.
Okay. How cool was Storm looking before she turned back into Storm? I thought she looked so badass with the mohawk and shit.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, that's such a cool look for her. And then like she got her powers back, and then she's normal looking again. I was like, I kind of like that the other way.
Well, kind of like blended the two. So the first Storm, she had the mohawk and looked badass, but she had the later outfit. And then when she got her powers back, she had the black outfit with the long hair.
Yeah,
those two are swapped in a way. Okay, so let's talk about that. Dude, the X-Men like animated series back in the day, they always wore the same shit, no matter what.
Always.
This one built in using the original uniforms, tying it into the story, why they did it, making a little bit of jokes here and there, and
wait, what?
making it cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, and then at the end they switched costumes.
Yeah.
Why did they go back to like those really original ones in the
because the mansion blew up and they didn't have their suits, so they went back to their old suits.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally missed that. I was
They were in like an old safe house. They were like, well, these still exist, so we're wearing these.
Yeah.
The funny thing was the mannequins had the hair.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was awesome.
That was like, But you got to see Wolverine in his brown suit. You got to see Cyclops in his full like headgear. You got to see original Jean Grey with her mask. Like all that just was. It brought a little. It brought the Kitty Pryde Konami game into it, and that one pilot episode that really brought the animated series together. So it's not only tied the original series together, but other pieces of early '90s X-Men media all into one. Layers.
Yeah. You already made something was already so nostalgic. They made it even more nostalgic. It was pretty crazy how they did that.
Right.
Total.
So, they're in Egypt in the past. Some of them are, and some of them are in the future. You get a hint of what season 2 is going to start off like. You see some Apocalypse. It could bring back some Gambit. How excited are you guys for
the Dark Horseman?
Yeah.
And possibly Onslaught.
Things that you would never think an animated series would touch on with the comics, in my opinion, but dude, they're going full force at it. It's gonna
Yeah.
be so
Dude, and like
awesome.
you knew that Apocalypse was going to show up because he was in the intro a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, with a cable.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's like
So-
he's going to show up, just where? And then like Omega Red, you know, he's
Yeah,
released.
yeah.
So, and then who's the other guy? Metal Dude. They showed him at the end.
The Samurai?
Silver Samurai.
Silver Samurai. So he's going to I think he's going to be an obvious new bad guy in season 2.
They just gotta get out of like Lost in Time.
Well,
Yeah.
because not all of them are lost in time.
True. That is true. Not all
So
of them.
I think half of the X-Men are going to be struggling to fight these other powerful guys because they're going to be like, shit, man, these other guys are gone, so they can show up and start taking shit over.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be badass. So that's my one question though, is there any concerns now that they fired their old showrunner, I guess because OnlyFans or whatever. Like now they gotta have a new one. Like, do you have any concerns, or is Marvel just too ran? They just ran too well.
I think
well,
they'll find another dude that's faithful to the comics that can do it.
they've already written the first 3 seasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or
so
two.
No,
Two
two
is for sure written.
2's wrapped up and voice acting is done, and the third one is written. So his work has extended to 3 seasons already.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't think it's gonna lose too much in translation. And by the way, he's been on social media. He hasn't been like sour about it, you know. Like he's actually been going, interacting with the fans and telling them to move along with the story and what he's doing. And it's that's where social media works in this day and age, where you can get someone back to watching the original episodes. He has people watching Star Trek episodes, doing homework and stuff like that, and then tying it into what's going on here. So Bo DeMaio is doing a really good fan service and answering questions, and like the whole morph thing, he outlined it like on social media. He goes, yeah, there's hints of him like romantically involved with Wolverine, and this is why, and stuff like that. So like it's good to follow some of those people on the social medias if you're watching this. And I love the spoilers. Like this, New Rockstars does it all the time. Wait for their episode tomorrow on Thursday, and listen to our podcast because I'll spoil the shit out of it too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. And the Sentinels are so cool again.
And Psylocke has a butt. Not Rogue, but Psylocke does.
That's weird.
Oh, dude, they're bringing Psylocke back. I'm so excited for that.
Man.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
dude.
I'm seeing all these scenes in the background over here. I want to get back and rewatch that episode again.
You're watching it already?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
it's so good.
Sorry, dude.
That's
Basketball's over, hockey's over, Avalanche won. It's my time to watch.
You get
rewatch it
talking about
again.
X-Men and you
There
got to
you
watch it
go.
again. I'm going to
Yeah.
rewatch it, the
Yes,
series.
sir. I encourage everybody to complete this series. Final
Because
thoughts, Peter?
so much stuff I missed. Need
No.
to rewatch it.
great. It's just really, really good, and it really leaves you wanting more. And that's in this again. It's just so concise. Where the previous series jumped all over the place, this one's concise and it
Yeah,
works
and
out. The story is just so great.
the thing
So-
about it too for me is it's not just nostalgic. Like they made it even better
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
than
exactly.
it was. It's better
Yeah.
than it was.
It's crazy. They nailed it. I think that's all I can say is they nailed it.
Yeah, it's better than it was, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
They
So-
kept the theme song.
they kept what worked
Yeah.
and then made everything else and just
Yep.
made it better. Just made
Did you hear
everything cooler.
The theme song during the action scenes too
Yeah,
played into it perfectly well. It was great.
yeah.
It was fantastic. So
It's not fantastic. That's a Fantastic Four. This is X-Men.
it's extreme.
It's extreme.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Gentlemen, I think it's getting late. I want to
It
watch this
is.
episode again.
All right.
Justin, thank you for joining us and talking X-Men. And whenever we get news, we'll bring you on here. What, you got a comic book you're trying to show
Are you
us?
reading
You
an
want-
X-Men
Is this
comic?
show and tell?
Nice.
Read this.
Is that the original? That is number
No, man.
one.
This is
Oh, it's an i7 X-Men. So
this is
they made a tie-in comic?
so the tie-in comic is what the X-Men were doing in between all the years that the show wasn't on.
But
So it's basically what they were up to when the show wasn't on.
Isn't that what the show did?
There's a year grace period.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So this is basically what they were up to.
Yep.
Interesting. It's good.
Show that one more time, Justin.
X-Men 90s.
This. Oops.
You're
Oh,
making
no.
it bigger.
I need to make Justin bigger.
There's
There it is.
Nice.
issue 3
X-Men-
comes out, I think, this Thursday.
Maybe this answers some
Wednesday?
of the questions we're asking. What happens with
Yes.
Magneto's helmet?
No, because this is. I mean, that would be interesting if they went into that kind of stuff.
Maybe they make little comics for all the little scenes that they cut out. But like you got to figure out on your own.
But
They just put it in the
Jubilee
comic book.
is excited to go to the Dazzler concert in this.
Uh-oh.
Great.
Uh-oh. Taylor
Just
Swift.
they're tying that in already.
Dude, I'm telling you, Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be the highest grossing movie this year. And
No,
it's,
I'd agree
and,
with that.
and if Taylor Swift is in it, it's absolutely going to do it. It's going to slaughter records, dude. It's
Oh,
gonna be
dude, if
insane.
she's in it, like that will kill any movie.
Ryan Reynolds is going to buy more football teams.
Yeah.
Save some money for
Oh,
us,
man.
Ryan Reynolds, because we're going to give you a lot in a little bit.
That's right. So, all right.
All right,
Thank you,
gentlemen.
Justin.
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
Ryan. Thank you, X-Men.
Thank you, X-Men.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
I'll see you. I bet if we reverse it, it would sound exactly like that.